Excuse me. Hello. How you doing? Today we're continuing 14 endwalker side quests. And here we go. I beg your pardon, but I hear you're a woman of the world. We've a slight problem, and your knowledge might help us solve it. Actually, they came to me first, but when it comes to anything other than the martial arts, I'm unable to provide much in the way of assistance. I did, however, offer to find someone who can, so hopefully I may yet make myself useful. A man of the maelstrom is over by the storm room, no doubt scratching his head as we speak. I'm sure he'd benefit from your wisdom. I was told someone came to help, but I never thought it'd be you. Well, now that you're here, I'd like to take you to take a look at this container we recovered from the magnet glacis. It was one of several, in fact. And though we've succeeded in cracking the others open, this stubborn bugger refuses to yield. All I know is a four-letter password is needed to unlock it. What might that be? I haven't the foggiest idea. There might be someone around here who either knows what it is or can point us in the right direction. Could you try asking around for me? It's only four letters. How many combinations is that? Start trying, man. Sorry, I don't know the exact code, but given the container belonged to the 3rd Legion, perhaps the password has some sort of significance to them. I understand it's common for people to choose dates and so forth as special importance as their password. As for the members of the 3rd, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps an anniversary or something along those lines. I have a feeling an anniversary or such, but it could be anything. Anniversary, 3rd Legion. Container. Sorry, I've never had much to do with them. But if you're after clues that can help you lead to the password, a little backward information on the 3rd Legion might be of use. It was formed in the first year of Emperor Solus' reign and spent the first few decades engaged in campaign across the northern territories. In the 42nd year for its exemplary service to the Empire, it was assigned a new role, the protection of the capital, a far more prestigious position. Oh, have you already forgotten what I said? Well, I'll tell you again. The 3rd Legion was formed when the first 42nd year. If this belonged to the Third Legion, they'd be the ones to pick the password, most likely make it easy to remember. That information we got about the history of the Legion might be a lead worth following, but we have no way of entering numbers, only letters. Wait, that's it. Garlimal numerals. Let's see, if 3 is written as 3, then I take 42, hold on. XL II. Is that right? Worth a try, I suppose. It worked. Ha. How to inspect now to inspect our treasure. What the bloody hell is this? A flag? Why would they bother keeping a thing like this locked away? Well, I'll not pretend to understand their ways. Let's just assume they have a good reason for treating a bit of cloth with some reverence. Probably best to leave it here undisturbed, as I have no intention of offending anyone. Could I ask you to pass on word of what we found? Oh, and thanks for your help. Oh, the prize was obviously quite disappointing. Finally breaking the code gave me a real sense of achievement. I couldn't have done it without you. So, has the investigation finally reached its conclusion? A Garlean flag. Well, we'd be wise to treat it with respect. The chain it bears represents the unity between the people of the Empire, a unity that is all but lost. To think that this banner would be locked away rather than raised proudly, a relic of Garlemald's past. Though they have long been our enemies, to see its people brought so low, forgive me, I have spoken overmuch. Though this search did not uncover any resources to speak of, at least the mystery of the lock container can be laid to rest. You have our thanks. Oh shit, I forgot to eat food. Yeah, it's the last of Camp Broken Glass. Tiritium. A moment, good lady, if you've one to spare. My daughter has taken ill with the menace of a cold. She can hardly keep even a bite of her food down, though I know that a simple bowl of kasha will be easy on the stomach and be enough to sustain her. Unfortunately, I lack the buckwheat seeds and the recipe calls for. The abandoned market ought to have what I require, but I do not fancy any chances in a place so dangerous. Besides, I dare not leave my girl alone for an extended period. This illness of hers waxes and wanes from moment to moment, and the last thing I want is to be away from her fever spikes or a coughing fit assails her. Please, could you help? You will? Oh, you are merciful, kind soul. Here, I shall mark on your map where the seeds are like to be found. Giving the containers a thorough once over should be soon yield results. there appears to be no sign of seeds, but you do come across a box of medicinal supplies. I feel like I fucked up just now. Like there were more options. Oh, wait. There are two spots. Okay. You remember the Congress to see some are too soft, some are too hard, but these seem just right. But there you are, and none the worse for the wear. Oh, that look on your face. I take it means you found the seeds, then? You have, how wonderful. That ought to brighten my daughter's spirits and hopefully entice her to put a bit of food in her belly. What's this? Medicinal supplies, and it even contains a simple cold remedy. That is too wonderful to be believed. To tell you the truth, you are not the first to show an unexpected compassion. Being from the provinces, I feared the guardians here would turn us away, but they offered us food and shelter. If it weren't for them, we may not be alive right today. And now we owe a debt of gratitude to you and your contingent. Thanks to you, my daughter will grow strong again. Of this I'm sure. While I can't offer much, I want you to have this, and I will not take no for an answer. When my daughter is well enough to travel, I am contemplating working in Razadhan. I want nothing more than to show her the world. There's something about the darkness that just deflates the spirits, wouldn't you say? We have plenty of lights, yes, but they use the same fuel as the heaters, and not freezing to death places somewhat higher on the agenda than making the place look nice. As such, I've taken it upon myself to craft lanterns that use other sorts of fuel. I was once upon a time a technician in the Imperial Army, so provided I have the glassware, I'm more than capable of the task. That's where the trouble lies, though. Such items are in short supply, and while I know where in the city we might scrounge up some, I wouldn't dare march into that sea of Magitech weaponry. Perhaps you could go in my stead. Just northwest of the station, you'll find a tavern and a perfumery. Of what's left of them, anyway. Somewhere all among the ruins, you should be able to find wares suitable for our lanterns. Ah, good to see you return, and unharmed at that. How did your search go? Well, I hope. Let us see here. Ah, an old bottle of spirits, though not a drop left to drink. A pity that. Anyhow, the size is perfect for my purposes. Now, what do we have here? Ah, a perfume bottle. A touch on the small side, no getting around that, but usable in its own way. I'll smell that. It's managed to retain some of its scent. Imagine the aroma it will produce once we've added heat. As you know, for the Garleans, the flame is all. It is said that when our ancestors first arrived in this blighted, frigid land, they lived long in darkness, unable to breathe fire into their world. What they lacked in magic, though, they made up for in guile. They took what fat and oils they could from the animals of these wilds and chased away their shadow, until of course they at least learned to extract cerulean from cerulean engines. But like those first settlers before me, I will carve out a bright spot of hope in this darkness with these lanterns. Thank you for all that you've done, truly. I used to be a technician in the Imperial Army. If sharing our technology and expertise with other nations would benefit our people, then I'd be more than willing to cooperate. Good evening, Yo. I say, is it your stomach which drew you here? For I am just settling about the business of dispensing meals. So much has transpired in so little time, 'tis hardly a wonder that so few citizens can sleep for more than a fistful of hours. And that is why I have taken it upon myself to feed these people with an Ishgardian soup. One that always helped calm my nerves when I was a child. Though it won't fix all that ails these poor souls, it may prove to be some comfort, surely. Here, so rubbed though, I lack the hands needed to see it delivered in a timely manner. Might you assist me? You will? You are a hero of the people indeed. Here are 3 bowls of piping hot soup. Could you see that those around the station who appear especially woe begone receive some? What is this? Soup, you say? That is very kind of you. It's been far too long since I had a hot meal. Can't rightly remember the last time. Let me guess. This is an Ishgardian recipe, isn't it? My mother used to make something similar once upon a time. It was a red soup well known in these parts. Thank you for bringing me this reminder of happier days. Days I hope to see return to our country. I would love to have more of this again, only if there is enough to go around, that is. What in the world is that? For pity's sake, get it away from me. You'll make me sick with that foreign trash you lots call food. It'll warm you right up. Oh, enough. What are you, some two-bill salesman? I'll take the damn little thing if it'll shut you up, bitch. Oh, oh my, that is nice, isn't it? And so warm. The hell's he looking at, then? I got my food, now off with you. What, afraid I'll run off with the ball, are you? I'm not that hard up as to resort to stealing. I can get it back to the cook just fine on my own. I told you to get the bowl back later, didn't I? I just wanted to make sure I don't leave even a single drop behind. This is good stuff. I actually really like that, like, breaking cultural boundaries with food. It's happens all the time in the real world. So first you march into our homeland, easy as you please, and now you tell us what foods we are to eat. Oh, that's very rich indeed. But let me tell you something, you little weasel. I spit on your charity, you hear? Spit on it, so you can take that soup of yours and stuff it where the sun don't shine. Okay, fuck you too. Ah, there you are. So how did you fare? Did you manage to deliver the soup like I asked? Oh, turned away by one surly citizen, were you? That's unfortunate, although not entirely surprising. The people here have been through more than most. I'm not a stranger entire to their pain. When Ishgard was once in dire straits, I too found myself fatigued beyond measure, my spirits in the doldrums. I was hanging on by a quickly unraveling thread. It felt, and hope was nothing more than a risible dream. But it was the holy stables when a woman, one I had never met, offered me a simple bowl of soup. I was in such a dark, foul mood at the time, but one sip was enough to turn my whole world around. I felt alive again, like I had purpose once more. I thought to emulate that charity, do for these people what that kind lady did for me. But you know what they say, even the best laid plans aren't all that. Well, I won't let one factious local dampen my spirits. I'm only sorry you had to deal with them. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. What do you want? Hold on. You seem rather dexterous sort. Perhaps I can persuade you to take on a task for me. I trust you are aware that cerulean tanks can be salvaged from down Magitech weaponry, yes? Excellent. As it just so happens, I have just finished scouting the perimeter of the station, looking for any machina that aren't yet completely destroyed. I thought my work done, but word has reached me that some more machina have recently come to a grinding halt nearby. As much as I would like to investigate this report, I worry that things may be completely out of commission, not be completely out of commission, that they may have life enough to strike a killing blow. If you're willing, search the area northwest of the station for dormant war machina that pilfer their tanks of cerulean for me. See if you can succeed where I've so egregiously failed. Huh. The cerulean tank is completely empty. There is. It's completely empty. You retrieve a tank containing a small amount of cerulean. This is due. Why, just look at you. Not so much as a scratch. Now then, have you the tanks I requested? I knew you'd come through. Without the cerulean, we might well have frozen to death. There may not be much, but we will be grateful for it, believe me. Still, what we have here is but a small bandage atop a very large wound. While this amount of fuel is only a stopgap measure, its discovery means that more can likely be found rather they're afield. If I'm to be honest, I often find myself wishing for a savior, one who will lead us into a more promising times. As Emperor Solus once did, someone who might pluck us from this sad lot. But no man or woman as great as he will ever appear again. At least not in our lifetimes. No, we've only to rely on ourselves now to rebuild our fallen cities brick by brick, stone by stone. It will prove a grueling task, one that will take us years, yet just thinking about it makes my head spin. But you've shown me that if we pull all our weight, it's not so unrealistic a goal. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for giving me the courage to go on. I always forget to. Until now, we've gotten by on provisions provided by the Isbar contingent. But if we can engage in trade on our own, we'll be able to do more than just survive. You there, yes you can't hide those hands from me. I can tell they've seen their fair share of hard work. So what say you doing an old engineer a good turn, whom? Little doubt you've noticed the terrors these mindless Magitech drones inspire among the people here. All that indiscriminate killing and whatnot will do that, I suppose. I mean, to fiddle with those nasty innards, repurpose them to our ends in some manner. Which is where you come in, my new friend. Capture for me an automated Magna rotor. A hermit chain ought to be enough to tame the Machina menace. Well, let me get a drink of water. provided you have brought the murderous thing to heel first. Go on with you. Let us see if you've got grit enough to bring me what I ask. There we go. I think I will admit that monster looked cool. I will admit. Ah, you've returned, and a great deal sooner than I'd assumed. Well, have you captured for me what I asked? Yes, this is it. It is a most impressive specimen, would you not agree? Crafted in Garabania, it moves as if wrought from flesh and bone, not of metal and screws. 'Tis a monument to Garlean ingenuity and innovation. And I should know. I had a hand in its inception. Alas, it was to be my swan song. Once Alamigo fell, I returned to Garlemald to languish in retirement until the end of my days. I thought that would be the end of my story. But my life has been granted a new chapter in the form of an acquaintance newly made. A flaxen-haired man taught me all manner of ancient, elegant technologies. And it's through this newfound wisdom I shall craft magitech capable of independent thought, equipped with cognitive cognition to rival mankind's. Though the empire is in ruins, I shall not go quietly into the dying light. I have the luxury of time, no ticking clock to ward against. I will take all the hours affording me to craft a machine of such magnificence my genius cannot be gainsaid. with thoughts and emotions to call their own. I am besides myself with excitement. Oh, what a brave new world we are soon to set foot into, my friend. How lucky you are to know you aided in its nativity. I was right to turn to you. You've my most sincere gratitude. Okay, that's all the quests down here. Why, if it isn't you, the warrior of light herself, the navigator was good to me to bring you to us, for we're on our hands something of a conundrum, one perhaps you can solve for us. It involves this mysterious letter you see, not sure where it came from. Suffice it to say we found it when we were laying some of the dead to rest. Our thinking is it fell out of one of the deceased's pockets. It's only right the missive's delivered to the proper hands. The dead need to say their piece after all. Only thing is, I've been ordered elsewhere, so I can't look into it myself. Do you think you could take over for me? From me? If you can spare the time, I'd like you to look for this here's letter's recipient. Bit of a pain, I grant you, but our best and only bet is, at this point, is to ask the locals around the station, see if they've any clues to who it might be for. If you do so manage to find whom it's addressed, let Altigo know. I'll make sure to bring her up to speed about everything we discussed here before I have to move on. Oh. An unaddressed letter, you say? Could it be from my sister? Sister, give it to me, let me see. No, this isn't her handwriting, and so I hoped it would be. She was taken before her time, and I never even had a chance to say goodbye. An unaddressed letter, could it be? Quickly, give it here. I knew it. Yes, this handwriting, alright. I would know it anywhere. Thank you for bringing it to me. No, wait. Please do not go yet. I would like a friendly face about me while I read it, if you wouldn't mind. We humans have a tendency to become trapped in the past, refusing to move on. I implore you not to let this happen. Now is the time for you to look forward and rediscover love and all of the other joys of life. I can practically hear his voice in my ears as I read this. We promised we would be together until the end of our days, although through thick and thin. and yet here I am alone. Both are like the same thing, but one's like more poetic. You must live for tomorrow. Look to the future and trust that there is always more light ahead. Yes, how right you are. Thank you. I will take those words to heart. You've my sincerest gratitude, and please give my thanks to the one who found my darling's letter. Until now, okay. Judging by that look on your face, you found the citizen for whom the letter was intended. That's a relief. The people here have witnessed unspeakable horrors, forced to live through the tragic deaths of loved ones. Little wonder their spirits are so broken. If only there was some magic spell capable of healing their shattered hearts, I would be only too happy to cast it to them for them. But But alas, only time can heal such wounds, and until they've recovered, we must offer our support. Stand with them during these trying times. I wish I could provide more. At any rate, your help was much appreciated. Thank you. The situation here changes every day, thankfully for the better. Indeed, it feels an altogether different place from when we first arrived. My time here has proven a heartening reminder that despite what tragedy befalls us, there will ever be allies we may turn to for aid. Okay? One more quest. That's it. Thank goodness you're here. We've just received an urgent request for an aid from one of our own via Link Pearl. Alas, we could not make out their location, though it sounded as if they were in throes of a fearsome struggle. We've sent out scouts to ascertain his whereabouts, but they're few in number. Might you aid in their efforts? Your cooperation is much appreciated. I bid you begin your search near the Synquarium Imperialis. Our fellows have yet to explore it. Should any tempered Imperial forces attempt to waylay you, I ask that you merely subdue them, not kill them. To that end, I offer this powder. It should render any hostile immobile for a time. I certainly did not expect you of all people to come to my rescue, and you arrived just in the nick of time. Had you come any later, I fear you may have been forced to carry a load of dead weight back to the camp. I was on my rounds when I heard what I assumed to be a refugee crying for help. I made to aid the poor soul when some imperial wretch set upon me, looking at it with a more critical eye. That refugee may have been nothing but a bait for a trap. My head was muddled from the chaos of it all, but I swear I heard the man speak the name Lord Nerva. My ears did not deceive me. This would mean remnants of the Third Legion are still abroad, and they perhaps aim to fleece us of both provisions and arms. That deserter must be brought in for questioning before the effects of that compound of yours wear off. I shall return to the station at once and report in and ensure that our forces have captured the scoundrel. There you are, yo. I have been awaiting your return. Our comrade reported in just moments ago, and I have heard all. Not only did you save him from the hands of that Imperial, but you provided us the opportunity for his capture. The men I sent out to apprehend the blackguard have sent word that he is not in fact tempered as we had assumed. Rather, he is one of many who are determined to fight until the bitter end. As invaders in their land, we've drawn their ire. I have my fair share of misgivings about any who fight under the imperial standard, but considering the circumstances, surely it would be in the interest of both sides to lay down our weapons, to make at least an attempt at cooperation. But such idle musings can be saved for less troublous times, I suppose. Oh yes, how foolish of me, I nearly forgot. The fellow you saved earlier, he asked me to give you this as thanks for your help. Okay, that's gonna do it for this one. But, actually, might as well go there now. Next on the side quest docket is Mayor Moratorium. Lamentorium. And yeah, that'll be fun. So, with that, I will leave you be. Have a good day or night. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. And yeah, peace.